workers with over 1.77 million OFWs, and the AI recruitment market projected to grow beyond $3 billion globally by 2024. As startups and businesses in the Philippines increasingly rely on AI to streamline hiring, how can AI-powered platforms make a real difference? Join us as we explore the crucial intersection of technology, recruitment, and personal finance with our esteemed guest. Honored to have him here, Dean Pax Lapid, Chairman and CEO of SPAC, Information Technology. Dean, good morning and welcome to Follow the Money.
Good morning, Ray. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad that you've invited me to share. An old dog like me at 67, still at the forefront of AI technology, helping top Filipino talents get international opportunities.
You are considered a mentor to the entrepreneurs. We're grateful to have you.
Thank you.
Can you, so this is a new business for you,
yes.
Relatively new. It's actually 10 years in the market, but something that excites you at the moment. Can you share with us some details and overview about SPAC technology?
Yeah. When I early retirement in the corporate world, I was 22 years in Shell. I was all over, but the last decade of my corporate career was all in IT, and I was an OFW in London, in Singapore, and then finally in Kuala Lumpur. And that's where I honed and refined my IT entrepreneurship, and I call that innovation-driven entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. So having said that, coming into business, so I built Southwest Professional Advantage Corp, or IT SPAC, deploying top talent Filipinos for our U.S. companies in California and even in Europe. That's right. IT SPAC.
And because you and I are both OFWs, yes, we know how challenging it is. Definitely. And, you know, getting back into the job market after one contract is finished or like one job is finished, how are you helping, or what are the talent sourcing challenges that have really fueled your desire to kind of help out the 1.77 million OFWs still out there?
Yeah. In fact, I was just looking at the 2023 cut of the pie of OFWs with 1.77, yeah, I guess almost near 2 million. And the cut of the pie is 20% are professionals and skilled, and 80% are what you call basic occupations, domestic helpers, cleaners, delivery people. And my mission with this new AIOS.ph, or iOS Philippines, very nice name if you put it there. So is that we're able now to shape the narrative of the Philippine OFW. We're now moving from just plain overseas Filipino workers to professional online Filipino workers. It's not only Raine giving a job, but it's more reshaping the narrative that we have more talented professionals in the country. And in fact, we've been doing that all for 2 decades in IT SPAC. Now with AIOS, with AI plus the AI, the authentic individuals running the company, you're now able to source, you're able to match top talents for probably half of the workflow or the process at an 80% accuracy.
And that's really phenomenal already. Yes. When you really think about it, instead of having to rely on HR managers or, you know, hiring managers to think about, oh, what will this person be a good fit for the role that we're thinking of. But basically the idea is to bring our OFWs home and be able to give them jobs that are sustainable here and keep them home. Now, what would be the incentive for the hirers or, you know, the recruitment managers to take on iOS.ph instead of, you know, going at it on their own or hiring professional in-person kind of hires?
I like that question, Raine, because I'll tell you the story of my nephew. He's a senior manager in a BPO, UK-based. Every Monday morning, he gets a pile of 100 resumes, some 5-7 pages. imagine Monday morning, you have to sieve through all those resumes. It'll take him until lunch. And at the end, he'll have maybe one or two that's qualified to be interviewed. After lunch, he will call his HR business partner, which is the recruiter, to complain on two things. And that's every week. One, a mismatch of what was submitted, waste of time, executive time, and waste of time of the recruiting team. Second, he's still complaining, how come all the other technical positions are not filled? And it's already been 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. By the afternoon, because he's UK-based, the principal, by 5 p.m., the British boss will be hounding him that he needs 10 resources every month to fill both the backlog of the attrition plus the ramp-up. So, at the end, your pain points really mismatch of candidates, waste of time, recruiters' productivity, and of course, the rising cost of onshore and the pressure to find more jobs here in Manila.
And, you know, of course, later on we'll talk about how HR managers, their time, their executive hours is actually worth a lot as well. And so this recruitment, AI-driven recruitment process actually brings down not just the time, but also reduces expenses and turns out high quality hires with 80% accuracy. How does that work? Like, if I were a recruiter, here are my credentials that I'm looking for, and here is the possible OFW, and here are their credentials. You match them.
So, when we were trying to develop AIOS or AI online sourcing, we looked where the sweet spot is. So, what are the things that you need to improve on the processes? So, I have an acronym called SEARCH, S-E-A-R-C-H. Very timely for a hiring manager to hear. The S is sourcing, E is engage, of course, A is attract, R is review the resume, which is the interview or the vetting, C is the candidate offer, and finally the hire. What AI now can do, Raine, is that the front end of the hiring process, which is the time to hire, the cost of hiring, including executive time, all of this takes about 15 to 30 days. Because you're sourcing in a universe of a job portal. AI is not only sourcing in one universe, it's sourcing in several universes. I now call that the galaxy of candidates, and in a nick of time. So, even 7 by 24, when recruiters are tired, AI does the run over a weekend. By the Monday, it's typical to my nephews in the BPO, he already has a short list. And the bonus of AI, he is able, or AI is not able to just check the matching, but also able to check whether he's available for work in the next 15 days. So that now reduces all the workflow by half with 80% accuracy.
Right, and right now, how many recruiters or clients do you currently service? How big are they? What kind of jobs are they looking for? Filling roles are they filling? And how many applicants do you have right now? And what exactly are they looking for in the perfect match between employer and worker?
So we've segmented the market into three. The first one is staff augmentation, which means they are our employees. We fill to hire, they become our employees, and then we deploy them. Typical like the big 6 consulting companies of Accenture and all this bit. So that's staff augmentation. That's the offshore outsourcing augmentation. The second one is the direct fill to hire. So these are companies or international companies here with a small team of recruiters that are not really that technical. So AI now is able to now be the co-pilot to take over the technicality of the sourcing and the matching. And our recruiter or our HR personnel does the engaging and the human interaction. And finally, the other bit is headhunters or recruit process outsourcing. So these are another niche that we have. Now you've asked, so how many projects or how many candidates do we source? One, which we do stock augmentation. At any given month, they have about 20 or 30 openings. After this interview, I have a Zoom meeting later this afternoon with a UK company, and it's looking for 2 data engineers, 2 web developers, and the other one is another team for Python developers. So some may not understand what it is all about. And that's typically the problem with our generalists in HR. They don't understand what sometimes the requirements are all about. And let AI do that work for you.
All right, and you are able to cut the recruitment process, which usually take months.
Yes.
Now down to 15 days,
yes,
even as little as 15 days. Now, we need to pause for a break, but when we come back, I would want you to ask, or at least tell us, if the AI recruitment industry will be growing to $3 billion a year, or even this year. How do you deal with the competition, and how do you leverage it as an opportunity for you? We'll be back with Dean Pax Lapid in a moment. Stay with us on Follow the Money.
Good morning, everyone.
BTS fans gathered at Ayala Triangle in Makati.
In a podcast interview, King James said he is excited for training camp. Bronny James.
SB19's Josh Cullen and Beanie's dancing to his song 1999.
It has been a wonderful day.
Remember, every day holds a new adventure.
And we'll be back tomorrow with more positivity and good vibes.
A beautiful day!
On BNC, the Billionario News Channel. At BNC, morning means business. The numbers and the stories that drive the economy and shape the world on Basis Points. Weekdays, 9:30 a.m. Cultivate a growth mindset and see where your finances is taking you on Follow the Money. Weekdays, 10:30 a.m. The stories behind successful micro, small, and medium enterprises on Pathways to Success. Weekdays, 11 a.m. Sit down with the trailblazers, the disruptors, and the titans of the industry on Industry Beacon. Weekdays, 11:30 a.m. Business as usual every morning. Only on BNC, the Billionario News Channel.
Bea de la Cruz is at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex in Manila.
Hannah T now joins us live from the Batasang Pambansa. Hannah, go ahead.
Nation gathers to celebrate our Olympic heroes.
And supporters await the arrival of our Olympic athletes, especially our golden boy, Carlos Yulo. The Leo Theater are in full swing for the
And those are the news this hour. I'm Pablo De Rizal.
I'm Raine Musñgi. I'm Mikey Oreta. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Stay tuned to BNC.
Billionario News Channel, always on top.
Welcome back. We're still with Dean Pax Lapid, mentor to many on business. And before we went on break, we were asking, of course, the AI recruitment process industry is actually growing to about $3 billion a year. How are you leveraging this kind of growth prospect as an opportunity for your SPAC technology?
Thank you for that question, Raine. God willing, of course, everybody knows, and I guess Carlo Calimo has been a guest on your show. We were together in the collision event in the Enercare Center in Toronto. And I was pleasantly surprised that the landscape of Gen AI platforms, I thought we were already behind the curve. We're not. A lot were concentrating on job descriptions, a lot were concentrating on fraud detection, insights and behavioral for maybe people retention. But nobody really, maybe there are 2 or 3 players only on sourcing and matching. So what I learned during the one long week event with Carlo and the Startup Village. And I learned it from two of the mentees that shared the stage with us. Of course, I'm a mentor, they're the mentee. But two out of the four got $1 million Canadian each. The reality and the lesson, Raine, is that you develop the platform in the Philippines. Why? After all, everybody is looking for top tech talents in the Philippines. So why not use these tech talents already available for you in Manila? Second, you prove the traction in the Philippines. It's easier to get the markets and people that would probably be the early adopters of the platform. And then when you now have what you call an ARR, or annual revenue, recurring revenue, you now launch the growth out there. So imagine the two guys, and I can say that Reva staff and my little one on autism, the other one on property management, each got $1 million Canadian, and they are just a yearling or a year and a half into their own startups. The potential, and I see, and I'm so excited, not only to reshape the narrative of Philippine OFW, professional online Filipino workers, but more importantly, I see the potential of tech startups like myself, growing the market abroad with Filipino craftsmanship and ingenuity.
And you're definitely filling a gap in the industry that we have here in the Philippines. Definitely, we need a lot more jobs. Now, again, in that industry, of course, you might be based in the Philippines, but in that industry, there is some competition, especially if you're trying to service the larger corporations. How do you deal with the competition?
So, with competition, and I was recently I was the keynote speaker just last Friday at the HR Summit 2024, organized by my co-leaders in the Philippines Top 30 LinkedIn, by Darwin Rivers. So all the HR executives and the top brass of HR, and then they're saying that some platforms that are all imported are too expensive. For example, $1.5 million a year, 3 access, but there's no guarantee of results. It's just like giving somebody the keys to a Mercedes-Benz.
Right.
You can start the car, you can drive it around the subdivision, go farther to grocery or the church, but never drive it across the freeway. You don't know the other features. Same thing. So the other bit, you'd use an expensive platform or get more and more HR recruiters. In the Society of HR Management, the ratio is for a micro is 1:25. So for a small business is 1:50. Medium is 1:100. Then the big enterprises is 1:150. But the challenge, the more HR team you have, the more passive the recruiter becomes. He or she thinks that there is comfort in numbers. But you need to churn the number of hires every month. So, competitively, you buy a platform, you get more people. There is now a case for a technical recruiter of getting either an outsourced technical recruiter with a platform or just the platform itself.
Right, and through this platform and knowing your subjects well, you were able to match at least 500 individuals already. Imagine OFWs in tech jobs that pay in dollars, you know. I mean, that's amazing work. So if they wanted to reach you, we will be flashing your QR code there here. But perhaps just, we have 1 minute left. What would you like to, I mean, as somebody who's passionate about uplifting others, what kind of message would you like to send out there to both the OFWs and the recruiters?
Okay, so you know that I've handed over the baton of my IT SPAC business to my second generation. And I always say that there is no success without succession. Family is divided into family and business. Family for harmony, business is for profitability. The only thing that I've said to my sons is that make sure that in any strategy, it's feasible, it's viable, and sustainable. What is feasible? Feasible is able to do. Viable is able to do profitably, and sustainable is able to do profitably continuously.
And ethically as well,
Yes,
in the process. Dean Pax, always a pleasure
Yes.
to be able to encounter you both
you.
here and on YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights on how AI can impact personal finances and career trajectories. Thank you so much. Dean Pax Lapid's work at SPAC Information Technology highlighted how AI-driven recruitment can reshape the job market in the Philippines and globally, offering both employers and workers greater efficiency, reduced costs, and a more humane recruitment process. His dedication to fostering both innovation and personal connection in hiring is a model for how businesses can adapt and thrive in the AI era. And before we go, we leave you with this thought from American internet entrepreneur, venture capitalist Reid Hoffman. In the age of AI, the human touch will become even more valuable. And that's it for today's edition of Follow the Money. I'm Raine Musñgi. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it here on BNC, the Billionaire News channel, always on top.
Weekdays on BNC, the Billionaire News channel. BNC, the Billionaire News channel, always on top.
Welcome to Pathways to Success, a program that supports micro, small, and medium enterprises. I'm Mai Rodriguez.
We are giving spotlight with these innovative business enterprises that shares growth in our community. We support giving these entrepreneurs a chance to fuel their business and be known in the market. Take a look inside their stories, challenges, and success.
The more you learn, the more you earn. For more inspiring stories here on Pathways to Success, here on the Billionaire News channel. Health and wellness? It's experimental.
Because I like the idea of a salmon sperm DNA on my face.
Beauty? It's experimental.
Oh my God! My wrinkles, I didn't know!
Even fashion, it's experimental. We're here to dive into the trends and explore the taboos and the daring. We're not just talking about it, we're testing it. It's like our laboratory. It's the Lifestyle Lab.
Ako si Corina Sanchez Rojas. Ako si Pinky Webb. Simulan na natin ang agenda. No show sa hearing si VP Sara at ang mga taga-Office of the Vice President.
Budget, hawak lang ng 2 tao.
Pangbubudol na naman po yan.
Mananatili muna sa Campo Crame si Pastor Apollo Kibuloy.
Yung kaso po nito ay non-bailable.
At sa East Timor si Pope Francis para isulong ang interreligious harmony. Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
엑스레이를 사용하기 전에는 영상 전공자 선생님이 없는 병원에서는 엑스레이 사진을 보고 얘가 뭐가 잘못됐을까라는 소위 말하는 주관식 문제를 푸는 개념이었어요. 근데 이제 AI가 도입이 되면서 이게 진단 보조 서비스이기 때문에 질병이 있는 부분을 의심되는 부분을 찾아주거든요. 그러니까 이제 수의사 선생님들이 그거를 보고 아 얘는 어디가 의심이 되겠구나라는 식의 이제 객관식 문제를 푸는 셈이 돼버렸기 때문에 엑스레이 사진을 보고 판단하는 데 더 효율적이 됐다고 볼 수 있습니다. 왼쪽 다리에 슬개골 탈구, 그리고 이쪽에 관절염, 그리고 고관절